Good morning and welcome to the Sunday celebration from the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Carol Cross and I am going to lead us in a meditation prior to the main service. So I am reading from a book called The Book of Soul by Mark Nepo. And he writes, "The human tribe at its best is resilient and at its worst, relentlessly stubborn. We've spent centuries trying to keep things apart when everything in life wants to come together. We've worked hard to separate light from dark when together they form the threshold of depth. We've tried desperately to separate beauty from suffering when it's beauty that softens our suffering. We've willfully insisted on separating good from bad when the heart burns both in the fire of compassion. And in our terror, we're frantic to separate life from death when each soul on earth is a conduit between them. Every part of life is an intersection and an emblem of all life. As a seed carries a fully grown tree and a spark ignites the life of fire, we each carry the shimmer of all there is." So I now invite you to close your outer eyes and take that sentiment of allness, of connection, of oneness, of being the shimmer of all there is, into the meditation for about 10 minutes. All right, and I now invite you back into your body. But you can keep your eyes closed as I read another passage from the Book of Soul by Mark Nepo. He writes, "It seems the purpose of suffering is to exhaust us of our differences, and the purpose of love is to awaken us to how we're at heart the same. Then we discover that the temple is the world. Still, every life, every generation, every age takes its turn at pushing each other away, only to be loved and worn back to the one tribe we belong to. This seems even more relevant in our tense modern world. For there is no they. We are they. We are each other. And there's a deep unity that always waits below our righteous insistence that we know the way. So yes, we can talk, but ultimately we make no ground until we listen to each other and to the current of humanity from which we rise and return. We only have one turn at being here together before we pass what we've done or not done to the next generation. I pray we can listen to what love and suffering open us up to so we can drink from that well and build a better world." And so it is. So we will be continuing this discussion of building a better world during our main services, at which will start at 10:45. So go get a drink or something, and we will see everybody back in about 10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Thank you so very much, Cindy. Beautiful song, How Deeply You Are Connected to My Soul. Absolutely the truth. Absolutely the truth. Welcome to this Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. For those of you who might not know me, my name is Dusty Ripplemeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being the senior minister for this amazing community. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. We embrace new thought and ancient wisdom teachings, and through them, we believe in a practical spirituality that we can use to create the life that we want to live. We are a powerful spiritual community, lovingly committed to a world of acceptance, compassion, peace, and joy. We gather together to express love, celebrate life, grow spiritually, practice radical acceptance and inclusion, and to connect with one another. What we are really about is providing a supportive community where we can explore our own spiritual path and connect to the divinity and wisdom within us. We welcome all of you that have been attending our services, our classes, and our special events. And we welcome all of you who are visiting us for the very first time. We see all of you. We know who you really are. We appreciate you and we celebrate you. We are grateful that you have chosen to include us in your morning. My gratitude and appreciation goes out to Carol Cross, one of our licensed spiritual practitioners, who facilitated a beautiful meditation to set the stage for our service to unfold within. Thank you so very much, Carol. And now please join me in welcoming another one of our licensed spiritual practitioners, Barbara Kane. Welcome, Babs.
Good morning, everybody. Our theme for the month of May is Holy, Holy Uprising. And our talk title for today is We Say Their Names. We Say Their Names. Holding vigil for us today, which means staying in a meditative space throughout the service, holding space for us to have a transformative experience, is the licensed spiritual practitioner Carol Cross, who previously did that beautiful meditation. Hi, Carol.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this for us today. And now I'm going to read our community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not just a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. And now the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Please welcome Larry and Tashawn Shockey, who will be assisting us this morning. Hi, Larry and Sean.
Good morning. Good morning.
Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. And the science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. And now I invite you to join Cindy Johnson as she sings our opening congregational song.
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call, the tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God in me that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. What if today I had the chance to move and sway? God leads the way in my life's dance. What if I knew without a doubt, no need to fear, God's right here, within, without. My life is a prayer that God is praying. God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying.
Thank you, Cindy. That was really beautiful. And now I'd like to speak a blessing on the service and the volunteers and the speaker and the musician. So I'd like to invite you all to close your outer eyes again, recognizing that infinite presence of God that's in, through, and as each of us. And I know that this infinite intelligence and love is the blessing through which we all experience life. And I know that this blessing, this love, this infinite intelligence speaks through Reverend Marie Kirkland today, and speaks through our songstress Karen Daly, and is in the lives and the hearts of each one of us. And so I speak a blessing on Reverend Marie, on Karen Daly, on all the volunteers today, knowing that our lives are truly blessed from their gift of love, and knowing that this service today is truly a gift to each of us. And so it is. And the reading for today is from Ernest Holmes. He says, "I'm an eternal being now on the pathway of endless unfoldment. Never less, but always more myself. My life is not static. It is forever dynamic, forever creating, not something done and finished, but something alive, awake, and aware. There is something within me that sings the song of eternity. I listen to it." And now singing a song of beauty and joy is our wonderful songstress, Karen Daly. Take it away, Karen.
Thank you so much, Babs. What a great entry that was. Wow, what a great reading. That Ernest knows how to put it. This is one of my favorite songs about oneness and about reminding us that we're all in this together, called "One Day" by the amazing Modest Yahoo. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God that I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me too soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. And sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. And when negativity surrounds, well, I know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that they don't wanna fight no more, and there'll be no more wars, and our children can play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent, blood-drenched 7-inch pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze, you could lose your way, oh, way, your way. And it might drive you crazy, but don't let it faze you, no way, no way. And sometimes in your tears you'll drown, but don't ever let it get you down. And when negativity surrounds, well, you know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all your life you've been waiting for, you've been praying for the people to say that they don't wanna fight no more, and there'll be no more wars, and our children can play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day this will all change. We'll treat people all the same. We're gonna stop with the violence. We're gonna end the hate. And one day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom. But sometimes in our tears we'll drown, but we'll never let it get us down. And when negativity surrounds, well, we know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all our lives we've been waiting for, we've been praying for the people to say that they don't wanna fight no more, and there'll be no more wars, and our children can play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Let's start today.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Karen. Beautiful song and beautifully sung by you. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so very, very much. Our guest speaker this morning is well known to our community. She has served this community on and off through the years as a practitioner and as a guest speaker. Reverend Marie Kirkland is the founder and spiritual director of the Living Aligned Virtual Ministry. Her community brings people together to experience the power of alignment through practical spirituality, inviting each person to live intentionally, deepen relationships, and live aligned and forward while doing their meaningful work in the world. Her sacred service extends outside of her virtual community, where she currently serves on several centers for spiritual living committees. And if that isn't enough, she is currently pursuing a doctorate in psychology with a specialization in spiritual psychology. She's a contributing author to the Amazon best-selling book, Speak Your Truth, Volume 2, and is currently writing her own book, Doing Less to Become More. Please join me in welcoming the wonderful Reverend Marie Kirkland.
Good morning, Thank you. Good morning, CSL Triangle. As always, it is so wonderful to be here and to be home. Reverend Dusty, thank you for such a beautiful introduction. And Karen, your song this morning, One Day, it really speaks to the global vision statement that shares that we envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. A world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. Thank you so much for sharing that song. And songs, they're often the soundtracks of our lives. We all remember a song that reminds us, of a special place, a special person, a special event. On our spiritual path, there are songs that inspire us, songs that uplift us, and songs that remind us of our purpose as we experience this adventure called life. Another such song that could really and truly be a theme for this past year, and including our present moments as we reflect and, yes, create a new experience, is this song by Karen Drucker. She shares, "For years, I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. Then I finally realized I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking, I could change my life, and that's how I can change the world." The title of her song is Stand, and the title of my talk today is We Speak Their Names. So our invitation today is to come together and remember, take a stand, and come alive. There is one life. And as we reflect upon the lives and the legacies of those who have gone before us, it gives us the opportunity to honor that oneness, to honor that interconnectedness and the wisdom of spiritual communities, spiritual, cultural, and family heritage that is left behind and, yes, continues today in our present awareness. And so today, we say their names and we remember. So, as a global community, as the world community, the world is opening up, yes? And we are invited to remember not only this past year and what has occurred and what is continuing to unfold, but to remember our heritage, to remember our lineage, and recognize and honor those teachers, right, who have come before us and how they have just brought about this wisdom. And we celebrate them. We celebrate them today by bringing their names into this room and by consciously identifying that interconnectedness of what was known then, what is known now, and how we continue to connect with one another. As we are here in this virtual community, we are reaching people right now, right here, all over the world. And so to ensure that we honor this truth, we actively speak their names. And so as I share the names of people who have gone before us, who have brought this teaching, I invite you to simply bring into your awareness those names of your spiritual teachers, those names of those who are in your spiritual lineage, those who are in your lateral lineage in who you serve with now, and how, remember those times, remember those moments where you've had conversations, where you've had those tender moments, and how your life has moved forward in the midst of each and every moment of your life. And so we honor in this moment. I take a breath, and I say the names of our spiritual teachers. I say the name of Ernest Holmes, of Thomas Troward, of Emma Curtis Hopkins. I say the names of early leaders in our community. I speak their names. And as I say their names, I invite you to say the names of the ones who speak to you. I say the names of our contemporary leaders. I speak the names and I say the names of Deepak Chopra. I speak the names of our leaders, Dr. Ken Gordon. I speak the names of our current leaders. And I take a breath. As we lean into our leaders and we think about our teachers and the different wisdom they have shared with us throughout the years, I invite you to think specifically of your spiritual lineage. Consider where you are right now in your spiritual community. So I speak the names of my spiritual lineage, beginning with myself and then Reverend Dusty Ripplemeyer. I speak the name of Reverend Denise Schubert. I speak the name of Reverend Ray Matheny, who was the founding minister of now the Triangle Center of Spiritual Living. I speak the name of Reverend Hillary Taylor. I speak the name of Reverend Jane Beach. I speak their names. I say their names and I honor our journey, our continued journey. As we embrace this spiritual journey in creating our lives and remembering to take a sip of water, as we speak these names, I also invite you to embrace your current community. And so I say the names of my colleagues, my lateral lineage, these names that we keep alive and we hold each other up. And so I speak the names of Reverend Tom Pittman, Reverend Betty. I speak her name. I speak the name of Reverend Cindy, Reverend Jerry, all of my spiritual colleagues who we are in this moment. We are honoring those who have contributed to our journey here and right now. And so as we do this and we honor and we recognize and we celebrate, we have the opportunity to remember and to know this oneness, to remember and know that right where God is, we are. We have the opportunity to recognize and remember our values, our spiritual values that speak not only to our heart and to our practice, but speak to the world and bringing each of us together to afford this opportunity. It does not escape me today on May 23rd, as I am sitting here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, that 2 days from now is the anniversary of George Floyd's death, and as he became an early ancestor. And so I speak that knowing that as he was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and he lived in Rayford, North Carolina, and he lived in Houston, Texas, and he was murdered in Minnesota. And he came back to his final resting place here in North Carolina. What it is that I know is that I honor him. Not only do I honor him by consciously identifying the truth of who he was, and I celebrate him, I honor his life. What I also do in this moment is stand in that healing power, in that healing truth, in that healing space that allows us to grieve and mourn all who have made their transition. All who have made their transition due to racism, due to sexism, homophobia, due to any other thing, any other entity. And so I stand in this truth right now and I honor his life. I also honor right now, I honor those who have gone before us, our family ancestors, and those who have made their transition this past year through the experience called COVID-19, through the pandemic. And so as I honor those names, those who are close to me, I ask you to go within and honor and go into that healing space and remember. Because today we remember, we take a stand, and we come alive. And so I speak the names of COVID-19 members that have left recently in this community, and one of my mentors, Reverend Claire Middleton. And also I've had family members who have been impacted as well. And so for the many, many, many people who have made their transition, we say their names. We say their names in our hearts, and in this way, we keep them alive within us, and we honor them. We also speak the names of those first responders, those spiritual first responders, those hospital workers, and everyone who are continuing to support us as we come alive, as the country comes alive, as the world comes alive, and as we begin a new beginning. We honor them and we remember. Yes. And so I say the names in this moment, and I invite you to join me as I say the names of those who have become early ancestors due to violence. And these are just a few. Andrew Brown, Dante Wright, James Johnson, Dominique Williams, Rayshard Brooks, Priscilla Slater, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Elijah McCain, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, and so many more. We say their names. So as we say their names, we ask the question, what does the world need? What does the world need from us? And we take a breath. It was Howard Thurman who shared that, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And so what I share today is, what does the world need? What does our individual immediate world need of us? What does the world need of CSL? And so it is my opinion, my thought, my prayer that what the world needs is first and foremost for us to be kind, for us to embrace kindness within ourselves, and from that kindness to share that wisdom to where we can connect with each and every person, and that ripples out not only to where we are in this present moment, but in and throughout our state, through our city, through our world. And in this kindness, we share what does the world and the people in it need from each other, need from me particularly. And so from me particularly, that is to be present, to see as God sees, to love as God loves, and to be an answered prayer to somebody's life. Who and what I am called to do today is to ask you, what is your answered prayer? Who are you being an answered prayer to? And so as we speak the names and we say the names and we remember who we are in this very moment, there is a commitment there is a question. There is something in your soul that you are longing to do, some purpose that you are longing to make a stand and take a stand in, that you are longing to answer that song that Karen Drucker speaks of. For years, she said, she wanted to change the world, but always left it up for someone else to do. And then she realized that she needed to take a stand. And so I ask you today to join me as I commit to honoring those whose shoulder I stand on and take a stand. I ask you to join me in honoring those who are your ancestors, who are our spiritual ancestors, and to create another form of legacy that includes the kindness, that includes seeing each other and seeing each of us as God expressed, and living into the global vision. I invite you to commit to taking the necessary personal life actions within your spiritual community and within the community in which you live, so that we may together demonstrate a new level of presence, a new level of awareness, and the creative action within us, within each of us, will ripple out to where we each are and to what we do. Because I know that this is true, that my life is not static, your life is not static. And so we say their names and we remember. Because my life and your life is forever dynamic, forever creating. We say their names. We speak our very names. And in this moment, we are awake, we are alive, we are aware. And we get to be the song of eternity. We get to be that song of life that we are speaking of and speaking through. And so I invite you to go within with me as we know that there is one life, there is one presence, there is one essence of truth that runs through each and every one of us. And that truth is the presence of love, is the presence of life, is the presence of peace. It is the presence of all there is. And so as we embrace this and we change our thinking and we change our life, we know that there is peace, we know that there is love, and we stand in joy. And I release this to the dynamic alchemy of love and law and gratitude, and I let it be. And so it is.
Thank you so very, very much. I join you in saying their names and in coming alive and really participating in changing the world and creating a world that works for everyone. So thank you so very, very much for your words.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. This is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and for others. Together, we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts this particular spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and contributes to the experience of sufficiency on the planet. I invite you now to place your one hand on your heart with your gift or an intention and to say with me the offering affirmation. We will do it as a call and response. And I invite Larry and Tashawn back on screen to represent the community. Welcome back, Larry and Sean. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life.
I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life.
I give with gratitude, knowing God is my source.
I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you both so very much. And now in this moment, I welcome back to her guitar the lovely, talented Karen Daly.
Woo, thank you, Dusty, and thank you, Rev Marie. My gosh, that was beautiful. It is time to open back up, and we are getting back out there post-COVID days, and time for us to embrace each other and get back together. Love is but a song we sing, and fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. And though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why, come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Well, some will come and some will go, and we shall surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight faded in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and try to love one another right now. And if you hear the song I sing, well, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. And just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Oh my gosh, Darren. You blew it out of the park again. Beautiful. All right. And thank you, Marie, for that wonderful, heartfelt, and timely message. You don't even have to be in person to get choked up. All right. If anyone would like prayer, please go to our website at trianglecsl.org. On the home page, there's a button in the upper right-hand corner. Click on that button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer and send it out to all of the ministers and practitioners. Please join us for our Let's Stay Connected immediately following the service on Zoom. The link is in Wednesday's newsletter. And this is a shout out to anyone who'd like to have a more intimate community experience as they walk their spiritual path. Home groups provide intimate and supportive relations in a growing community and growing center. Up to 10 individuals meet monthly, usually in a member's home, under the guidance of a trained leader for food, fellowship, and discussion. Members share ideas and concerns, learn more about the philosophy, faith, and way of life of science of mind, and engage in spiritual rituals such as prayer, discussion of ways to apply your spirituality in the world, and we have fun. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living has had home groups for many years. We'd like to extend this opportunity to others who would like to participate. If you'd like to join a home group, please send an email to info@trianglecsl.org. Now, in the comfort of your own home, please stand for our May affirmation. This is a call and response. Please say it with meaning and repeat after me, and Larry and Tashawn will join us representing the community. Science of Mind is a philosophy which teaches a deep belief in oneness.
Science of Mind is a philosophy that teaches oneness. Sorry. It teaches us a deep belief in oneness.
As I embody this truth, love becomes the natural way I relate to the world.
As I embody this truth, love becomes the natural way I relate to the world.
I rise up in revolutionary love for myself, for others, and for life itself.
I rise up in revolutionary love for myself, for others, and for life itself.
I give thanks for the old story I have needed in the past and begin to embrace the now.
I give thanks for the old story I have needed in the past and begin to embrace the now.
I release this old story and behold the new me as the beloved.
I release this old story and behold the new me as the beloved.
I rise up and live my life fully.
I rise up and live my life fully.
And so it is.
And so it is.
I invite everybody to stay for the closing song. And now let's turn within one more time and I'll do a benediction. Okay. Come on, everybody. Smile on each other. In this precious moment of love and light, we move forward with renewed encouragement and a renewed look at our ideals, knowing that we are powered by the energy of life itself, by love, by the infinite love of God, and by this community that always inspires us, and so it is.
For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. But then I finally realized I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking I could change my life. That's how I could change the world. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world. a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand. I'm gonna stand up for joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace, love. I am a stand for joy. I am a stand. We are making a new world now. I know we are making a new world now. I can see it. We are making a new world now.
Thank you, Karen Ducker. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Larry and Tishan. Thank you, Ava. And thank you, all of you, for joining us today. This is an amazing community, an amazing day, and I just love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.